And good morning at 7:04 on this Monday, December 4th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello everybody and welcome. Monday morning, it's the start of the week, and actually it's our first Monday in December. We're glad always each Monday to have Don Hamlet here to talk about Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. How are you?
I'm fine. How was your weekend?
Awesome.
Well, good.
It was awesome. It was.
What did you do anything special?
I took my son deer hunting, and he got his first deer this weekend. So that was a great weekend for me.
Nice. Yes.
Special day.
Yeah. All right. Well, of course, Don talks about Absolute Kubota each week when he's here, and they do have the Kubota tractors, hay equipment, zero-turn mowers, RTVs, and a lot of other things. Everything really from weed eaters to hay balers.
That's us.
That is your line.
We've got them. That's right.
Well, what you got in any particular thing you want to focus on?
I actually have some notes this morning, Coleman. That's pretty good for me to actually have notes. Most of the time I just kind of wing it, and get through it. But we know that the farmers this week are going to be getting their, there's a program called Tennessee Ag Enhancement, TAEP. Some of the farmers are going to know it by. It's where they can apply for money from the state. Helps the farmers out. Some years it's farms and buildings and fences. This year it's hay equipment. We just want to let those guys know when they get those letters, please come by and see us. We've got disc mowers, rakes, tedders. We can get them balers. Got all the good Kubota hay equipment that we can fix them up, get them going on that, and a lot of 0% financing, of course, still going. We still got those. I think I had some people come in last week, even still on zero-turn lawnmowers and everything here at the end of the year. So we've got that. All the equipment from the tractors, construction equipment, implements, whether you need just a brush cutter, pallet forks, whatever. We do have 0% financing on all those different things. Super easy. It's a pretty simple process. You'll come in, you'll see me and Caleb. We can sit down, we can get you a quote. We're the guys that'll sit there and do the financing for you. We'll set it up. If you live in Wilson County, we'll fill that scrapper up with fuel, get it delivered to you for free. You've always got that going. And it's almost Christmas, Coleman. Yeah. I know it's hard to believe that it comes up on you pretty quick. But, if you're the grandparent or mom or dad and you're trying to think of another gift for your kids, we've got a lot of Kubota toys sitting around. We've got construction equipment, tractors, RTVs, all those different things. I know my grandson has I think he's got a skid steer, he's got an RTV, he's got some of the hunting stuff there in his little cubby hole that, you could come in and get your kids a Christmas toy. We've got all that stuff sitting there ready to go.
Well, you haven't mentioned these toys before. I wanted to listen to make sure you were talking about toys.
Yeah, toys.
This is the smaller version.
Yeah, it's just a little miniature versions of the big thing. So if your son wants a tractor like his dad or his granddad, you can get them a little toy of it and get them all fixed up. We sell quite a few every year. We've got them all over the showroom there. We've got them under the Christmas tree and 4 or 5 other different locations on shelves and everywhere. So if you want to come in, just holler at us. If you don't see what you're looking for, let us know. We might be able to help you look around, what you need.
Well, I no doubt, I would think especially a little boy is going to appreciate something like that.
They do.
Not the girls, but
all the little girls, they like the stuff too. I don't know if there's any like little girl specific dolls or anything in there, but I can always see them playing with the RTVs and different things too.
Oh, I'll bet.
My grandson likes the RTV set because it has a little hunting. It has a little deer and duck and different critters like that you can hunt. Has guns and everything with it. My daughter-in-law didn't like that very much, but the first time he went and shot the deer, but it's pretty fun. I also want to remind everybody that there's a lot of people that are going to be coming in wanting to make year-end purchases. For tax purposes, of course. I just want to remind everybody, come on in. Don't wait till the last day. Something I'll go over again. We've been talking about it for a few weeks now. We're not open on Saturdays for a couple of months. December and January, we're going to be closed on Saturdays, but we are open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Parts, sales, service, everything is open. But just want to remind everybody, if you're wanting to make a year-end purchase, Go ahead and get with your tax advisor. Let them kind of let you know what you're needing to do. Let's go ahead and make sure that we have that for you. We can get it for you, set it aside for you, whatever we need to do. Let's go ahead and do that. Because I think we talked about it last time. New Year's Day is on the Monday. So Saturday and Sunday of that weekend will not be open.
30th and 31st.
Yeah, so don't, because typically on those 2 days we're pretty busy. So just try to keep that in your forefront of your mind that if you need to come in, make a year-end purchase, let's get that done, get everything set up now.
And it would be a good, even better if you can, to not even wait till that last week.
Please don't. Come on in today and get it done. Let's, like I said, we can always make sure we get your financing set up. If you're not for sure, if you're on the fence, and you don't know for sure if you're going to need one or don't need one, let's go ahead and plan as if you're going to need one and make sure we can get things going for you and get it all set up, Just makes it less stressful for everyone.
You just don't, and you better not wait till the last day this year because you won't be there.
I won't be there. I'm going to be over in the Smoky Mountains that weekend, so having fun.
And if they want to see you, another reason to come on now.
Please come see me right now.
All right. Well, I guess that about does it this morning, but Don, always good to see you. Glad you had a great weekend, and congratulations to your son.
Yes.
You said first deer.
First deer. Russ Hamlet got his first deer. That's right.
All right. Well, we'll see you next Monday.
See you Monday, Coleman.
Don Hamlet, Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Their phone number is 615-449-6171, and the website is www.absolutekubota.com. Well, we're just about 11 minutes after the hour, and this is the day we feature the Sheriff's Office in Wilson County. Sheriff Bryan is not with us this morning, but we have Captain Scott Moore here, who is always a good substitute. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, Coleman?
I'm doing well. I don't know that we would actually call you a substitute exactly. The sheriff sends you from time to time because you have some important things to talk about, and you wear a number of hats in the office, really. You are the public information officer for the Sheriff's Department. You are in charge of the school resource officers, SROs, plus whatever other duties you have. So you don't have a lot of time to fool around, do you?
I don't. I actually just entered my 24th year with the Sheriff's Office, and 23 out of those 24 years has been with the school districts, and now beginning my 8th year as a public information officer. So it's one of those situations where you just got to learn to balance everything and get everything done the best you can.
What are some of the other things that they look to you to take care of, your responsibilities?
With the having access to the internet, the way technology is now, social media, it's real important to send out press releases and things like that when things happen, because we're able to control the narrative before, certain outlets out there may form their own narrative. So it's important that you get facts out there real quick. And, if you have road closures, things like that to come up, to get that out to, advise people to seek an alternate route, and things like that. But just, a little bit of everything. Every day is new. That's one thing I love about the job is every day is not the same, and you come in and you just got to be ready to go, whatever that unfolds.
Anything you know of happened over the weekend we need to talk about?
Nothing right off top of the weekend. I know last week was real busy for our criminal investigations division. We worked 2 shooting deaths last week, kind of in the Watertown area. One occurred Monday where it was a shots fired call out of residence that officers responded to. And then upon their arrival, they go in, and it's just a bad situation. There was a man that they found deceased, and then we took one female kind of into our custody as a person of interest. We interviewed her, and she ended up getting charged with first-degree murder. So we had that Monday. And then last Thursday, we responded to a welfare check. We had someone call in that was very concerned about an individual that was inside a residence that they haven't heard from. So we went to that house, knocked several times. Nobody came to the door. So due to exigent circumstances, we ended up having to make forced entry. Upon entry, we found another man that was found deceased, and then a woman who had injuries and got life flighted to Vanderbilt as a result of those injuries. So, usually throughout the year, we may deal with a handful of shooting deaths or homicides, and this particular week, we ended up having 2 in 1 week. So it's been very busy here lately. But
any more you can tell us about that second one?
I haven't got any new updates on that. Like I said, it just occurred Thursday, but I'm not sure of the condition of the female. And I know no charges or anything like that has came out. It's still an active investigation, so hopefully we'll be able to push something out pretty quick.
I guess I'm wondering, is a third party involved, or is it just something that happened between 2 people there? Do
you never know. The difference between the second one than it was from the first one was when we arrived. Of course, you had a male that was deceased, but the female had injuries and had to be life flighted, whereas in the first incident, she didn't have where both were injured. So you're able to investigate those situations a little bit more quicker because you have access to at least one of them that was inside the residence. So, we sent thoughts and condolences to the deceased males in both situations. And it's just a sad situation all the way around. It's sad for the families that have to go through that. It's sad for the community. But, we're going to continue to go out there and investigate these the best we know how and make sure that we leave no stone uncovered.
Were both of these in a rural area?
Yes. Yeah. But the first one was around the Liberty area, and I actually have to go through DeKalb County to get to where they were at. So a lot of people don't know that a small portion of that falls in the southeastern portion of Wilson County. Yeah. And then I believe the one on Thursday was off Poplar Hill Road in Watertown.
Yeah. Okay. Captain Scott Moore is here this morning representing the Wilson County Sheriff's Department. We're going to take a break right here, and more coming up on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford. Get a battery installed on most vehicles, $149.95. Bates Ford in their new location, 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Wrapping up several accidents out here. We had one earlier on 40 eastbound at Fessler's. It is really busy now on Vietnam Vets, especially coming westbound there, Vietnam Vets, right at Conference Drive. Briley Parkway westbound near I-65. I see an accident there getting some attention. Starting to slow down over here on 40 westbound, coming through Hermitage with all that traffic behind it coming in from Wilson County. Prince's Hot Chicken is catering this holiday season. Check them out online. It's easy, princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
When it comes to Medicare plans designed to meet your needs and budget, there's no place like Farm Bureau Health Plans. We've got Medicare Advantage plans, Medicare Supplements, Part D, dental, vision, designed with folks like you in mind. Visit our office at 214 North Castle Heights here in Lebanon. You can see Charlotte Webster for your Medicare or other health plan needs. You can always get a quote for auto, home, life insurance, and also commercial insurance. Then again, West Dugan, Farm Bureau, Castle Heights office.
Yeah, 140,000, 140,000, 140.
Beginning Monday, December 4th, Mike Walker Auction and Realty presents an online auction featuring great merchandise from the Bates Ford moving sale. The auction includes antiques and memorabilia, as well as lifts, racks, shop tools, tires, furniture, shelving, and much more. For more information or to bid on the Bates Ford online moving sale, visit MikeWalkerAuctions.com. We continue here on a Monday morning, and Captain Scott Moore with us. You have a great uncle that has been a friend of mine since I was a little boy, and lives out in Taylorsville. And I think we ought to say hello to your Uncle Hamlet Halbert this morning.
Absolutely, Uncle Hamlet. He's I think we talked about earlier, 90 years old. And, and not being biased, coming from part of that family, but the Hauberts are just good people all the way around. My grandmother was a Haubert, Mary Sue Haubert, and unfortunately she passed away many years ago. But just a great family, and I think if we all got together for a reunion. I'm not sure if we could all fit in this whole building, so it's a very big family, and I'm proud to be part of it.
Well, he has been coming to the Senior Citizen Center. I think he had a little accident maybe, and because of that, I haven't seen him lately, but do like to say hello to him because I think he listens most of the time. He may catch it at 10 o'clock, but he listens.
Hopefully he's listening this morning. So,
what else would you like to talk about this morning?
It's the holiday season. I put several posts out on Facebook to kind of let our citizens, remain vigilant during this type of year because with the easy access, again, we have with technology, sometimes we look for conveniency, and conveniency in shopping is doing it online and having it delivered to your house, through many mail carriers that are out there. So I know, the closer you get to Christmas, the more things you're going to have delivered to your house, and they may deliver it on your porch, in a vehicle, outside the back door, stuff like that. But there's going to be people going around that are going to be looking to steal those packages and scope your house out and everything else. So for one, it's important to have a good surveillance system to make sure that you have good cameras and in case something was stolen, but also try to have it delivered at a time that you are going to be home. And if you're not, even have it delivered to maybe a neighbor next door that's home all the time or something like that. But definitely not having packages delivered at a time that you're not going to be home due to people out there. And we call them porch pirates. Basically go up there and just steal them and take them.
How is that getting? We have more people, so I'm assuming there's a few more cases because we've got more people. But is this getting to be worse all the time?
I believe so. Sheriff Bryan has stated many times, the more people that move in, the more problems you're going to have. And every time you build a school, the jail increases over a period of time. And so, yes, anytime you have more people, you're going to have more problems. And I would say that regarding this issue, there will be more incidences of doing that. But again, cameras have been just very vital in investigating these types of cases.
Well, I suppose if you can find the perpetrator, that they go through due process of law, and there are some penalties for this, I would think the judges would probably come down pretty hard on somebody doing this.
I would think so. And, I've been in law enforcement, again, for a pretty good while. And one thing that it's hard to deal with is a person who steals. I can deal with a lot of things, but someone to just blatantly steal something, property, money, anything from, any other person out there is just, it's hard to deal with. So I think it's very important to make sure that you come down as hard as you can on them.
Is most of these cases, would a judge make or they face a jury? Or I guess it varies, but...
It varies. It depends on the amount that they steal. Depending on the amount, it's going to be the difference between a misdemeanor and a felony. So, which will then depend on the consequences, that comes out as a result through the court hearing. So, again, when you do order stuff online, there's a lot of expensive stuff being ordered. There's computers and Xboxes and, things like that get delivered that are worth a lot of money that would result in a felony if you, took all those things. So, again, it's just something to keep an eye on, to be vigilant.
Well, I don't know how much we need to talk about drugs this morning, but is the someone that has a drug problem, are they people who are out here doing this to get money for drugs, or is it just somebody wants something somebody else has? I'm sure that it's both, but expound on that a little.
Sure. And I'm also very fortunate to sit on Drug Free Wilco as the chairperson of the board. So we have meetings all the time, with people who are addicted to drugs. And, one of the things that often comes up is when you have those who are addicted, they become desperate, and when they run out of money or something like that, then oftentimes that leads to theft, where you may steal things off a porch, such as what we talked about, and then go turn around, sell that for money to go buy drugs with. Mm-hmm. So in a sense, it is related. It's related to a lot of crimes as far as regarding drugs. And, that's the reason why we're providing as many resources out there, because when someone gets arrested, taken in to jail for drugs, and then they get released, many times they go right back to it. So we're doing everything we can to provide resources as soon as they step out of that jail to go get either inpatient or outpatient counseling, to try to make sure that we give them all the help that we can.
Yeah. Well, I think you wanted to mention something about DARE program.
Yes. So this fall, we actually over the summer, we sent 8 school resource officers to the Lebanon Police Department. Actually hosted it. It was ran by a sergeant with Tennessee Highway Patrol, Casey Fitz, Sergeant Casey Fitz, and she does an excellent job with it. So the DARE program has kind of been revamped from how it was decades ago, and so it still focuses on drugs, alcohol, tobacco use, things like that, but it also teaches a lot on violence and gang activity, things like that. So there's a lot that's involved with the training. The training's really hard. It's a 2-week program, and you can ask every SRO that's been through it. It's a very challenging training. I mean, it's not something you just show up and sit down and listen to 80 hours worth of training. It's real hands-on, interactive, and so we started that program and actually graduated our first class out of Rutland Elementary about 2 weeks ago. And it's just been very successful so far, and we appreciate the support from the sheriff and everyone involved to make that happen. It's very needed, especially in the 5th grade through 8th grade levels. It's very important because that's when they start getting exposed to everything.
Have you gotten to the 5th graders yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's actually the graduating class from Rutland was 5th grade. So that's a high concentration because, again, when you go to junior high, you're going to get exposed to a lot more things. And we're seeing a lot of vaping incidences, where people bring in vapes and they're putting so many synthetic compounds in these vapes. You've got Delta 8, Delta 9, and all these things that not only has THC in it, but you have these synthetic compounds, and you've also got, situations where fentanyl could be laced in it, just like fentanyl is laced in everything else that's out there. So it's just, it's very important to concentrate on when you have children who are transported to the hospital because of the effects that it has on their body.
Are you able? I would think you have a pretty good opportunity here to get the attention of these 5th graders, that they are listening, they are learning, and hopefully it's worthwhile. It's like an ounce of prevention.
Right, and you want to open up their eyes, and at the end of the day, and through this DARE program, just kind of like Camp Victory that we run during the summer, the goal is to make them leaders and to to say no and to lead by example, and at the end of the day, just treat everybody the way you want to be treated, and that's one message that we want to get across. And it starts as early as the 5th grade, and I think it's important. Sometimes if you don't start that early, then it's too late. So we want to make sure that an ounce of prevention goes a long ways.
Got about a couple of minutes. Anything else you think of this morning? We either left out or we got 2 minutes to talk about.
We recently had the Citizens Academy and graduated 9 new members. And that's directed by Corporal Matt Bush, who's with our training division. Does an excellent job with the program, and I know I mentioned it on here before, but it just gives citizens opportunity to go inside and to explore every division that we have at the sheriff's office. They go behind those walls and they take a tour of the jail and things like that, and just see from a firsthand experience what we do. And we really encourage taxpayers, our citizens, those who may not live in Wilson County but work in Wilson County, to take that program as well. And we invite media out. We would love to have the media come out and actually go through the program, but it's been very successful. We just graduated 9 new members.
I'm not sure. When I introduced you, I mentioned how you had been with the school resource officers. And have you graduated from that, or is that still part of your responsibility?
That's still part of my responsibilities.
Okay. So you know all that's happening in the high schools then?
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
Absolutely.
Well, all the schools, really.
I've got great supervisors, and they keep me updated on anything that goes on and any kind of trends that may be occurring to make sure that we stay ahead of those trends, not just keep up with them. We want to stay ahead of them, and I believe that's one thing that we've done since we've been here.
Well, we've talked about it being December and about the Christmas holidays coming up, and of course the shopping, and I don't think we mentioned lock your car and hide your purchases in the trunk or cover them or whatever. That's a good idea. But the sheriff's department runs 24/7, 365 days a year, and we have holidays which some people get off, but somebody's got to be there. I guess that you've done it so many times. It's just what you do. But still, I think we owe a debt of gratitude to those of you with all our public officials, the sheriff's department, police department, WEMA. People who do ambulance work, all this kind of stuff, because you can be called any hour of the day and somebody's got to be there. But holidays present a little bit more scheduling situation.
It does, and as talked about the medical profession. My daughter's a nurse, and she had to work on Thanksgiving, and it's just part of it. You're going into a job where you're serving others, and that's what it's all about. And our military, everybody who serves during the holidays and every day. I've always had that's one reason why I came to this job, because you want to give back, and you do whatever it takes to give back so everybody can enjoy the holidays and feel safe and things of that nature. But yes, a huge shout out to all those who work during the holidays and away from their families.
And sometimes there are some citizens who are pretty kind to bring some food around and thank you in that way.
We get fed pretty good at the sheriff's office, and we have anywhere from churches to private citizens to different restaurants who may just bring by and offer, to feed the whole staff. And we're very grateful for that. It's very much appreciated.
Well, we are grateful to you for being with us this morning and appreciate all the work that you do. And no doubt the sheriff appreciates you, because you have a lot of responsibility that you help him with, pretty much take off his shoulders, and that's got to be appreciated.
Well, we appreciate him for his leadership and everything that he does for Wilson County as well.
All right. Well, that is part one of Coleman and Company. We've had Captain Scott Moore with the Sheriff's Department this morning, and we'll take a break right here and invite you to stay with us for part two coming up here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota. Premium brands require premium parts and service. Contact Absolute Kubota's Elite Certified Service Department to schedule an appointment. 449-6171. Now in traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Wrapping up this wreck on Briley Parkway westbound, right at I-65. It's been eventful out here this morning. Trying to clear up a wreck 40 east over here at Fessler's. Really starting to slow down in a couple of spots, like 40 west at Central Pike coming through Hermitage. All that heavy traffic in from Wilson County 24's loaded up pretty good. Westbound out of up through the Antioch area coming in right now from Rutherford County towards Nashville. Hey, don't miss it this holiday season. The Enchanted Garden of Lights at Rock City in Chattanooga. Check them out at crockcity.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is in a new location, 1746 West Main in Lebanon, across from Sports Village. Gregory Dental Group offers cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs.
No insurance? No problem. Call about the discount plan. Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322.
Yeah, 140,000, 140,000,
Beginning Monday, December 4th, Mike Walker Auction and Realty presents an online auction featuring great merchandise from the Bates Ford moving sale. The auction includes antiques and memorabilia, as well as lifts, racks, shop tools, tires, furniture, shelving, and much more. For more information or to bid on the Bates Ford online moving sale, visit MikeWalkerAuctions.com. All right. And we continue. We welcome you to part 2 of Coleman and Company. And here on this Monday morning, let me welcome my guests. I have Larry Norton and David Brooks with us this morning. And they're going to be talking about the 29th annual Christmas Toy Train Show to be held at the Ward Ag Center, the Wilson County Fairgrounds, coming up this Saturday, December 9th. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
I think most people would know that you, of course, one of the owners at Ligon and Bobo Funeral Home. We'll give you a little plug here this morning. How long you been in, you and
Clark
McKinney?
McKinney, that's
Clark, how long y'all owned that?
right. Been there 30 years.
Has it been that?
Yes, sir.
Well, long enough for you to have a son who is, I understand, quite a bowler at Friendship.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He placed first in the state individual qualifying last week and will be bowling in state in January. And
Well, I just wanted to mention that, and so we could say congratulations to him and keep up the good work.
thank you.
No doubt you're certainly proud and pleased for this accomplishment, but when you have something like that, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, bowling, or golf, or whatever it is, something for them to do and to get involved in, which does take up probably a lot of time.
Yes, sir, it does.
Yeah. Larry, how are you?
Good morning, Coleman. I'm just fine, thank you.
Let me say that the reason that I have the two of you here, you both are let's say toy train enthusiasts, and you have a lot to do with what is at the fairgrounds, Ward Ag Center. During the fair, this museum is open. People can come in and see that. I've been in there, all the different trains and the tracks and all this that you've got set up. There are a lot of people who like this sort of thing. And Larry, at some point in your life, I guess, you became fascinated with this, didn't you?
Well, back when I was a child, yes, I became fascinated with that, and I finally got an electric train set, an American Flyer S-Gauge set, Christmas of 1960. I still have it. It still runs.
Well, if my memory is right, one that I got when I was a youngster, I didn't appreciate that much, and I think you bought that from me.
I did. That was a 1949 steamer passenger train, and I still have that on my collection wall at home, and it still runs.
Well, David, what about you? You had a passion for electric trains?
Well,
Or toy, maybe I should say toy trains. I guess they're all electric. I don't know.
how I got involved in this back in 2012, we buried friend Mr. Ben Pulley, and Mr. Ben had retired from L&N Railroad, and he was a model train enthusiast. He had a large model train layout, and after he passed away, I talked to his daughters, and they donated his entire layout to Fiddler's Grove. So it was open at the Fiddler's Grove and at the fair 2013.
So I guess it's been 10, 11 years then
Yes, sir.
that it's been there. Well, you've been involved with that all that time?
Yes, sir, and it continues to grow every day. We get more donations,
Yes, we do.
and
Well, Larry, how long have you been with that pretty much since the beginning as well?
Well, for the most part, when David commandeered me to help him during the fairs. And, of course, I was still working at the time, but I worked around that schedule and helped him when I could. And when I retired, I started volunteering up there a day or so a week.
Is this something that sort of gets in your blood?
It gets in
as
your
you would
blood,
say?
yes.
You get involved, you get enthused, and then you keep getting more enthused, I
Yes,
guess.
it's a passion for collecting, trying to find some of the hard to train parts or trains, the valuable trains. It's just a good collection and a good thing to do, a good hobby.
All right, so that's what this thing coming up Saturday then is going to be all about.
Yes, this is the 29th annual Christmas Toy Train Show at the Wilson County Fairgrounds, Made in Tennessee building, 945 East Baddour Parkway here in Lebanon. This is sponsored by the Music City chapter of the Train Collectors Association. Their website is dixiedivisiontca.com.
Well, this then is it's a pretty big thing. It's not something we hear about all the time. Maybe that's why we're doing it today to get a little publicity. This you have a group that is growing, expanding, getting bigger.
Well, it is. It's the Train Collectors Association, TCA. That is a wide. I'm trying to say. Well, it was founded in 1954. It is a countrywide nonprofit corporation, authorized 501c3 entity, one of the largest and most respected collecting societies in the world, with about 30,000 members. TCA headquarters is located in Strasburg, Pennsylvania. The Music City chapter of the TCA is a local chapter in Nashville area. This is the first Christmas toy train show in Wilson County at the fairgrounds. However, it is their 29th annual event. Prior shows were held at the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Are both of you members of this organization?
Well, no, I am not, sad to say. I'm just sort of a liaison between them and the Fiddler's Grove Train Museum.
Yeah. David?
In the TCA, they help us run trains, some of their members, during the fair. Every year they have, the whole 11 years we've been there.
But this is going to be this Saturday, December 9th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So you're expecting a lot of people, and of course you already told us it's going to be in the Made in Tennessee building, not over at the museum.
Correct.
But this is not for people to come and see what you have at the museum. This is for people. This is for collectors, people who are interested in this sort of thing.
Yes. It'll be buying, selling, trading. There'll be roughly 50 dealers and over 100 tables filled with toy trains and accessories, hard to find parts, anything that deals with trains. It will be there. Operating train layouts, dealers from across the Southeast, door prizes. They'll even have drawings for some Lionel train sets for children under 12. Be refreshments. There is free parking also.
All right, there's an admission.
$8. Children under 12 are free.
Well, that's not a lot. $8 is not very much anymore, and that gets you there for everything you've got. What about the refreshments?
Yes, they will have some type of refreshments there during the day. Yes.
Have you been to one of these before?
Yes, all of them. Mainly in Nashville at the Nashville Fairgrounds.
But what do you have people of all ages who come?
Oh yes,
a lot of little children.
There is a representation of children, small children from 2-3 years old with their parents, up to young men like myself, all the way up to people in their late 80s and early 90s.
Wow. David, have you been to this quite a bit yourself?
Yes, sir. And there'll be people there selling, vintage toys. There'll be railroad memorabilia. There'll be, people there that has railroad lanterns and.
But now, do some people just maybe even do this as an investment? Are there people who put some money into this, knowing that it's good and it's probably going to increase in value the older that it's kept and so on?
It can easily appreciate in value, yes.
Yeah.
So we have some trains at the train museum that are very valuable that families have donated to us since we've been open.
Well, again, this is going to be this Saturday, and you probably expecting that building to be nearly full.
Yes, we expect a large attendance, especially here at Christmas time. Trains and Christmas are synonymous with each other.
Yeah. Well, how long maybe would the average person stay? You can stay all day for your $8.
You can stay all day.
Of course,
if you
free
wish.
parking, as we already said.
It's strictly up to the person.
Yeah.
They may want to come there and spend the day. They may just want to spend 30 minutes to an hour. It's strictly up to the person.
Well, when you've been, how long have you stayed?
2-3 hours.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you ever see anything you like?
Oh, yes. See a lot of stuff I like.
Well, I'm okay. Do you buy any of it?
I have bought some hard to find pieces, yes.
Well, is this, you were spouting out some things in the beginning here and mentioning I know Lionel is a name I'm familiar with, but I'm not familiar with all the different kinds of electric trains and toy trains and this sort of thing.
Well, your Lionel is the O gauge 3-rail track. Your American Flyer is your S gauge 2-rail track, and the HO is a smaller one. It's also a 2-rail track.
All those popular?
Oh, very, very much so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, is the older one of these things does that make it necessarily more valuable?
Yes, it can do it.
Yeah, it's sort of like summer antiques then.
It can be. On previous sales, I saw an American Flyer Missouri Pacific set, very rare set. The vendor was asking $1,000 for this. So yes, they do appreciate in value.
Well, do you have do you buy our different parts available or accessories, this kind of thing?
Yes. Hard to find replacement parts will be available. Accessories will be available. Some people will repair their own trains if they can find the designated part that they are after.
Yeah. Anything you want to add to that, David? You've seen it too.
Yes, I mean, you can buy just a train engine. You can buy a train car. Like you said, parts. I mean, they'll have buildings that set up on train layouts. They'll be there. People, animals, cars.
Well, somehow I have an idea that you've got to have to know a little bit about this to really appreciate it and get into it. But somebody who might think that might be something they want to do would be interested in seeing this as well.
Oh, yes. It's easy to get started. All you need is a lot of space and some money. It can be a little on the expensive side, but a person looks around for deals. They can generally find a good deal.
All right. Well, it's time for us to take a break. Let me remind you again, Larry Norton and David Brooks are with us, and it's the 29th Annual Christmas Toy Trade Show at the Ward Ag Center, the Fairgrounds, this Saturday, December 9th, 9 a.m., 3 p.m. There's free parking, but admission is $8 cash, and children 12 and under will be given free admission. So we'll talk more about this after we come back from this break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, get $50 off, $250 repair offer to owners of 4 to 10-year-old Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury vehicles. Bates Ford in their brand new location, 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic still in pretty good shape right now, coming in from Rutherford County on 24, just heavy up through the Hickory Hollow area. Now, there's a couple of hot spots out here where there's some crashes. They're trying to clear one on Briley Parkway going westbound right at I-65, one 24 east at Ellington Parkway. It is over to the side. People insist on rubbernecking. It's heavy now up through Spring Hill on 65 northbound there in that southern part of Williamson County, and it's very congested on 40 westbound coming to Hermitage there up by Central Pike. Coming in from Wilson County can be a little bit of a challenge. Don't miss it this holiday season. Enchanted Garden of Lights at Rock City in Chattanooga. Check them out at crockcity.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Get a great deal on select Kubota construction equipment featuring durable Kubota engines, more comfort, more productivity, more get it done right. Right now, write it off a lot and write it off your taxes for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 36 months. Now through December 31st, subject to credit approval. Consult your tax advisor. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full details.
Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main in Lebanon.
Yeah, 140,000, 140,000, 140.
Beginning Monday, December 4th, Mike Walker Auction and Realty presents an online auction featuring great merchandise from the Bates Ford moving sale. The auction includes antiques and memorabilia, as well as lifts, racks, shop tools, tires, furniture, shelving, and much more. For more information or to bid on the Bates Ford online moving sale, visit MikeWalkerAuctions.com. We continue here on a Monday morning. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us, and we certainly thank our guests always. And it wouldn't be Coleman and Company without the guests, that's for sure.
David Brooks and Larry Norton are here this morning, and if you just tuned our way, they're talking about the 29th Annual Christmas Toy Train Show coming to the fairgrounds this Saturday. Now, this has been held in Nashville before. Is this the first or second year here?
This is the first year that they've had the Christmas Toy Train Show here.
I guess a lot of reasons to move it to here. You don't have to worry about the Nashville traffic for one thing.
No, that is true. Yes.
But we have this Made in Tennessee building is really it's really neat. It's great, and I'll bet it'd be just what you need for this show.
There's 20,000 square feet of floor space in that building.
You had some information, I think, and you have the person that's heads up this train show. We'd actually invited him to be here, but he's so busy getting ready for it this weekend, he didn't think he had time to spend with us today. That was the story I got, and I think no doubt he's got a lot to do to get it all ready. You got some more information, Larry?
Yes, anybody that wants to access this on their website can do so at www.tcatrains.org. And their phone number is 615-417-3094.
Yeah. Well, as you had said earlier, there's a lot of reasons for people to come. Admission is only $8 cash, children 12 and under free, but you got some door prizes. And I understand here there's going to be a drawing for a Lionel train set for children 12 and under. And that's be nice for somebody to win, no doubt.
That will be a nice Christmas present.
Plus, you'll have some refreshments. What about, will it be food available other than the refreshments? Or?
Yes, there'll be food trucks on the property.
So you have some food vendors there. Mm-hmm. All right. And this does, again, feature dealers from all across the Southeast. Y'all mentioned several times the hard-to-find parts, these train parts. Do you know how old the oldest train set is, and are most of these, by the way, are most of them run? I suppose it's some kind of electricity that propels them.
Yes, this has got a little electric motor in it, but as far as the age on them, this could go back to pre-war. Some of the heavy metal trains, and yes, they can run. Find a proper repairman that can repair them. Yes, they can easily run.
Do you have a collection, David?
I do have some trains, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, where do you keep them?
I've got several in my office at the funeral home.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the museum out there, because both of you are very much involved in that. And honestly, David, you told me when I asked you to come out here that you had a lot more to do with the train museum than you actually do with this train show that comes here. But everybody, I'm sure, that is involved in either the train show or the museum has a fascination with the toy trains. And are most of them, they are electric?
Yes.
So you either have electricity, 110 or 220 or something, or you have batteries.
There are some battery-operated trains for the small children, yes.
Yeah. Well, of course, if a current's off, you don't do much, do you?
That's true.
But how did you get started, David?
Well, it was basically like when we talked to the Pulley family, and myself and Richard Hosier, we took Mr. Pulley's layout apart. It was in a 2-car garage, and it was from wall to wall. And me and Mr. Hosier worked all winter taking it apart. And then the county gave us a portable classroom. We had moved to Fiddler's Grove. We had the building modified to look like a train station. Had a volunteer that built the train tables that we have now. And Mr. Norton and Ronnie Jones and other volunteers that we have, they work out there, several days a week, so that tours can come through, people can see it. They have done so much work improving what me and Mr. Hosier did. And the museum at Fiddler's Grove will be open Saturday during the train show. There'll be volunteers there running the trains from 9 to 3.
Well, you have any idea what all of that is worth that's in the museum. I've been in there a time or two, and it's really fascinating to see all the track layout and how many different trains you can have, and all, I guess, all of them running at one time just about.
Yes, all can run at one time. The value, there's just several $1,000s tied up with them. Yes.
Well, who, if I may ask, who does that belong to? The Wilson County Promotions? Does it belong to?
It belongs to Fiddler's Grove.
Okay.
And last month, we received a large donation from the Adventure Science Center in Nashville. A lot of you may remember when they used to have a train layout there at the Adventure Science Center, and they decided to do away with that, and they gave us 30 engines.
It was about 13 locomotives and 35 pieces of rolling stock, all in good shape. And all of the engines have now been repaired and serviced and are ready to run.
Do you envision this? Is it as big as it needs to be? Is it big as it's going to be, or do you envision it expanding in some way?
We need another building now. I mean, we have so many donations that continue to come in, and we're just about out of space. And we have people that are wanting to give us their antique toys, their childhood toys, and which we put some of those in the Heritage Barn is there, but we could use another building.
Who else besides the two of you have? I'm talking just about the museum here that operate that and are kind of responsible for it.
We have several different volunteers that will do that. They may take a day at a time to operate during the time that the museum itself is open from April until October, and we'll have designated people that will do that.
And most of them, I suppose, have some interest in that, other than just volunteering.
Right. They will generally run trains for people who just happen to come in, who are visiting the Grove, for school groups, any kind of tours. And on other days, when Ronnie Jones and myself are there, we will do multiple projects, maintenance, repairs, whatever needs to be done, as well as run trains.
That takes a little money to keep it going. I mean, you have, for example, I don't know who pays for all this, but you've probably got a little bit of a water bill or some water available. There's certainly electricity, and if you got all them trains running, it might be more than you realize. And if your volunteers, I know if you're building or recreating or whatever, they do something, but it takes a little money. Where's that money come from? That's what I'm wondering about.
We do have a few donation boxes there for people who are nice enough to put in a few dollars from time to time, and that always helps keeps us going.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the museum is in good shape.
Yes.
I mean, everything seems to be just fine, and you've got some people who are train enthusiasts like you two to keep that going. Well, we got about 3 minutes left. Let's get back to this 29th annual Christmas Toy Train Show, and it is coming to the fairgrounds, the Made in Tennessee building. And here again, this is going to be this Saturday, pretty much all day, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. But the museum is going to be open during those hours too, which is It's a little walk from the Made in Tennessee building over to the museum, which is an edge of Fiddler's Grove there.
We're going to try to have some golf carts available on site to help shuttle people back and forth for those who desire to visit the Fiddler's Grove Train Museum.
But here again, this train show is going to be featuring operating train layouts. We hadn't talked a lot about that, but I guess in the Made in Tennessee building there, that's what the people in charge of this are doing this week, getting all that set up for all those that are going to come. But you're going to have a lot of dealers that are going to be there. And people that may have train parts, trains, whatever that they want to sell. This will be a good opportunity, I guess, for that.
Yes, it will. There'll be anything there associated with trains. It could be T-shirts, coffee mugs, train parts, complete train sets, individual train cars, anything pertaining. It could be videos, just anything.
But again, during that time, from 9 a.m. 3 p.m., the train museum will be open, and as you said, hopefully have some golf carts for transportation. So this will be, David, this will be a good time for people to see it if they haven't seen it. Come see what you've got over there, and maybe even offer to volunteer when you need somebody.
Yes, sir, that's right. We're always looking for volunteers.
We're always looking for volunteers.
Well, appreciate having you both here today to talk about this. And if you can get more information, if you call 615-417-3094. And we'll remind everybody, of course, that's one of the good things about the Ward Ag Center. Unless you have want to pay for privileged parking, you usually have free parking. You got free parking for this event and only $8 admission. It does say cash here.
Yes.
I guess that means you're not taking cash or credit cards.
No, not taking credit
checks or credit cards.
Right.
Okay. And children 12 and under have free admission. Well, I hope we've told the story well here this morning. I certainly appreciate having both of you, David. You and Larry, quite trained enthusiasts, and for the time that you do volunteer out there for the museum, I know that's appreciated, and hope you can keep it up. And thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Coleman.
All right, that's going to do it for a Monday. I hope you'll join us tomorrow for the Tuesday edition. And until then, I wish you a magnificent day.